Yeah. Oh, raise the roof. Yeah. Oh, I need a spotter. Oh, man. There we go. We did it. What is up, everybody? Oh, my God. Let's get this going. This is Tvshka, who won a match finally. This is Josh.
Who won a match finally?
Won a match finally, too. Yeah, man. A good weekend sports-wise overall for us.
Well, Louisville lost to Kentucky. We're not going to talk about it. But, we're in the ACC championship, so we are okay.
Yeah, everything else was great, right?
Yeah. Everything else was fine.
Cool. Yeah, I think first off, man, cheers, dude. Cheers, everybody out there watching.
Yep. Love y'all.
Drink them if you got them, light them if you got them too, I guess. Who do we got? We have Chris the Gift Taylor. Sighing apparently at our intro. All right, ass hat. Yeah.
We all can't be winners, but it's going to come down to the wire. We'll get to you later, Giff.
Yeah, we got something for you. Yeah. Mother. Anyways, but
thanks for joining.
Man. How was your turkey week and weekend?
Like I said, turkey weekend, great, relaxing, great food, good family, awesome, all the above. Food, football, family. I mean, that's pretty much what Thanksgiving is about nowadays in America.
And fantasy.
Yeah, and fantasy. All the 4 Fs of the fuck arounds. We got them. We got them there. We got all the plans aligned.
We got. Some people are out of fucks to give, or out of Fs to give. We've got them on. We found them.
Yes. But yeah, no, it was great. Obviously, like I said, Louisville was talking. We're not talking about it. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're in the ACC championship. That's all that matters for the first time in school history. So, 10 wins. That's all I can say for the first go around. But yeah, no, other than that, I mean, my Dallas Cowboys kicked ass. Got coaches fired, which is never. I don't ever want to see someone lose their job. But as a fan, in the Tribals side of it, you're like, yeah, that's right. And the fact that our defensive back has more touchdowns this season than a lot of offensive players, it's kind of crazy in itself there. But but all in all, great Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And now it's time to put out the tree. Yes, I am that person. Until you carve the turkey or whatever you want to do for Thanksgiving, or tofurkey, whatever you want to call it. That's not real. I don't care. Yes, I'm that guy.
I think it's called bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. Are you gluten-free people? If you have a gluten allergy, that's okay. But if you're just doing gluten-free, come on, guys. Come on. What are we doing here? But yeah, no, I'm a big on, it's not Christmas until the turkey has been consumed. And now we can move on to putting trees up inside.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, the day after Thanksgiving, of course, is the insane day of, for one Thanksgiving, it's like, hey, we're thankful for what we have. Then the next day we're like, I need to buy more.
Right.
And it's like, okay, all right. Like we're a little bit topsy-turvy as far as us as a nation commercially, but no, I'm with you. The day after, that weekend after Thanksgiving, that's when you start packing everything, pulling everything out of storage, unboxing it, starting to go through it. I'm just glad I left my parents' place early enough to where they didn't pull me into that.
It's time to put up shit, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Now is
time to put up with shit. But you know what? I'm not going to put up with your shit, Josh. I don't have a follow. That was just a lead in that felt good.
All right.
You know who did put up some shit? Do you?
No.
It's our top 10, baby. That's who put up shit. You know what I'm saying? Top 10 overall. Justin Allen, 41 mother trucking points, dude. Absolutely insane. But hey, good for him. It didn't win the game, but hey, you got fantasy points, bud. And that's what really matters to the rest of us. Kyron Williams, top 10 as well overall. Jalen Hurts, Prescott, McCaffrey, Stroud. Not Brian Robinson, but Bijan Robinson. Love Pacheco for the first time in the overall top 10. And then Lawrence, man. So a lot of quarterbacks in the overall top 10. But what is Joy? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, talk about we're going to get to him later.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. The word. Gotcha there. Oh, we're doing injuries, right?
I didn't want to say that was. I didn't want to like stop what you were doing. You're in your zone. So
oh yeah, dude. No, yeah. I can't really get to the private chat easily. So yeah, definitely call me out on screen, dude.
Okay.
What we're not doing is top 10.
We'll get to that just in a second, guys. But
let's
right
go.
now we're going to talk about the players
back.
that aren't playing.
Yeah. You know who does give a shit is people with injuries. Josh, take it away.
All right, Joe Burrow, our baby boy, Joe Burrow, our beautiful baby occasion boy, even though he's from Ohio, but he graduated from LSU. He underwent surgery on his wrist. Obviously, he's on the injured reserve. The way the Bengals are showing that they will not be making the playoffs anytime soon, especially in that division. Myles Garrett considered day-to-day, yes, for you Cleveland Brown defensive owners out there. Having your captain of the team being injured is not so much fun. Justin Jefferson, still out. Really no other things on that. A lot of coaches, like I alluded to in the intro, got the axe this month. Frank Reich for the Carolina Panthers and associate head coach Deuce Staley got fired. The interim head coach will be the special teams coach. For people who think special teams coaches can't coach, John Harbaugh was the special teams coach when he got the Ravens job, and he's been there ever since. But then also the former Patriot special teams coach got the Giants job, and that was a dumpster fire. But I think that's just the Giants organization altogether. All New York football teams are kind of a dumpster fire, even though one tried this year. And
the Belichick tree kind of in general.
Yeah, the Belichick tree is not very good. Chris Olave suffered a concussion, so we'll see if he gets past protocol on that. Speaking about Belichick, Bailey Zappi replaced Mac Jones during the game. That's not really injury, maybe to his ego. Yeah. But not really an injury per se, just, the Patriots are a dumpster fire.
Yeah. And a non-injury to any opponent's groins.
Yes. Yeah. Not on groinindex.com anytime soon on that. McCole Hardman was placed on IR. As a Chiefs fan, do you have any further insight on that?
Yeah, it was kind of something sustained through the week. But I believe it's a knee thing, because it's weird because him as well as oh my god, one of the other receivers was actually out. Kadarius Toney was out.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
So yeah, both of them on Saturday, the news kind of dropped as far as injury reserve and Toney being out. So which didn't look great for a wide receiver group that hadn't really been highly productive through the season. But hey, you know what? Maybe it just cleared out the kitchen a little bit for some people to cook a little bit more.
Yeah. Miami linebacker Jalen Phillips. The MetLife Stadium field is
cursed
or something. I think of like the 20 or like 24 games or something like that, there's been like 6 ACLs and 8 Achilles injuries that's happened on that field. And this is just another one. I mean, literally, if you watch the play, the guy just plants and it pops. So I don't know. Maybe he already had a calf strain or whatever, kind of like the Kevin Durant type of situation where he just went a go with it, or maybe that field is just cursed because they replaced the turf last year for this season, so it's brand new field. So I don't know what's going on in MetLife Stadium, and it's not like they're the only team that has. It's not like the only place that has 2 teams that play on it because SoFi Stadium has the Chargers and the Rams. And maybe it's just because the Chargers just don't like football that field doesn't get in, but that field's fine. So I don't know what it is about MetLife Stadium that gets so many players injured there.
Jumping back to McCole, it's a sprained thumb.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully he should be back next week or week after.
And like I was saying, Jack Del Rio, after the Cowboys game, was fired as defensive coordinator. I mean, it's inevitable. The whole coaching staff, maybe not Eric Bieniemy, for some Washington fans, they from there. Sam Howell is doing what he can, but once they get it right around the 30 on the opposing field, that they forget how to play football a lot. But their defense, I mean, they rated that defense anyway. They traded away their 2 best players on their defense with Sweat and Peters. So that I wasn't expecting that to be any good, especially as me forgetting to trade to to waver out and drop the Washington defense. Got me -3 points, but doesn't matter. Good guy still won. Matt Canada obviously was fired for the Steelers, and surprise, the Steelers went for 422 yards against the Bengals. So good job, Matt Canada. You are the worst. But he's probably a nice guy, but I'm just saying, not very good at being an offensive coordinator. And
sorry, Canada. Hey.
Yeah, that's right. It's not the same as Canadian football. You got more yards. Good for you. Good job. We'll give you a pat on the back. Keep going on. Keep that Grey Cup. That is like the most bland. That's just really. We got the Super Bowl. What do you have? We got the Grey Cup. Okay, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's not white. It's not black. It's kind of gray.
Kind of gray.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim Hortons. I don't know why I just said Tim
Hortons.
Yeah,
you mentioned bland. We're gonna get to some more bland shit here in a bit.
Yeah. And last thing I have is Baker Mayfield injured his ankle, but the MRIs came back negative. So there you go. And Baker's been putting up some decent numbers for Tampa as far as fantasy-wise. Tampa sucks in general. I don't think Todd Bowles is going to be the coach this time next year. The way it's looking, he really wasn't that great last year, and he's not really good. He doesn't show like he's got anything to do this year. He's a great defensive coordinator. Sometimes you're a great coordinator, not a good head coach, and that's fine. I would love to be a good coordinator because that gets me paid. But just you would still like to be the head guy and be written in the written.
And sometimes you're just a mediocre quarterback coach, but a terrible head coach. Looking at you, McDaniel.
I just it's just a Belichick tree.
Poisoned roots, dude. Poisoned roots.
But that's all I got for injuries.
What about Waller? Good Lord. Why is there no news on Waller? I know we tried to find some, but
no.
My boy's on IR, dude. I need his ass to get back on the field.
Yeah.
But at the same time, do I even want him on the field with the Giants? And
they got Tony. They got the Tony.
Yeah.
They're starting to sell T-shirts with that.
With that? Oh my gosh! Right?
Yeah.
That's embracing, racism.
I mean, his parents are doing it. Like everyone's embracing it. So.
Oh yeah. No, it's great. I mean, yeah, I like it. But it's just like, if someone was native, they wouldn't be like, ooh, and then they put that on T-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some cultural appropriation. Or
I think it was a Chiefs game where they showed that kid with the face painted and the headdress, and I'm like, oh, double racism.
Oh, right. Oh man, like recently?
Yeah, like
I'm surprised that kid made it out alive.
He's bad parenting on that one. Come on, man, read the room.
Yeah, be better. Right. Probably a Raiders fan.
No, it was at the Raiders game. But
the Satan wears Prada, so so a Raiders fan can wear a Chiefs jersey.
That was the working title, and then they settled on Devil.
Yeah, it was. They settled with Devil. They're all about those D's.
Beelzebub wears Prada. I don't think that's going to work out too well.
Right. Speaking of dropping D's. Oh, I got to turn the volume up.
Yeah. There we go.
Dropping D's. Yeah. Back to the top 10. Fuck it. Now we'll just jump right into the quarterbacks, right? We're going to drop that. Yeah, man, the quarterbacks, bro. Actually, 6 of them were in the top 10 overall. So before wide receivers taking over. Quarterbacks this week coming back in a big way. Josh Allen, good Lord, 41 points like before. Jalen Hurts, 36 points. That was the same game. The same freaking game, dude. And honestly, that was the game of the weekend, I think.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Dak Prescott coming to 32 points. Our boy CJ Stroud, 31, and an unfortunate loss to Jacksonville. Love getting 27 and a win against Detroit. Lawrence, 26 with that win over Houston.
That's 2 weeks in a row he's been solid. 2 weeks
yeah.
in a row. Trevor Lawrence.
And strong. I mean they're looking like they're firing on all cylinders. And in perfect timing, kind of heading into the
just in time for me to start him next week, and then he shits the bed again.
Hey, right? Yeah, well, I'm cursed as well. Stafford getting 24 points, Mahomes 21, Murray 20, and then Howe, as we kind of talked about a little bit before, coming with 18 points. And so top 10 quarterbacks, man. Who's missing? What are the surprises here? What you got?
What to do about Lamar Jackson is pretty much the question of all season, is because
Yeah.
the dude does what he has to do to win, but he doesn't do the fantasy numbers that he did because he doesn't have to. His defense is so good that all he has to do is just go out there and do what he needs to do, get in field goal range, have Justin Tucker kick 50 yards, even though he missed one this week. But he doesn't have to do a whole lot. And really, their running game is still very solid. So, and Lamar doesn't have to put on the Superman cape this year to be successful. He just needs to make the right plays, the right decisions, and keep the ball on and protect the ball, which Josh Allen doesn't do that. He doesn't protect the ball a lot, but in fantasy wise, who cares when you're putting up his numbers on that? So, I figured Lamar would have a better offense, which he does, but but Lamar's numbers aren't what you need it to be, which is fine if you're a Ravens fan, but not good if you're a fantasy owner, because as soon as you move on from Lamar does what Lamar does, because he can easily crap out 30 points in a half. So that's kind of what I take from that. Jordan Love, is he a good quarterback? Like, I don't know on that, but
sure, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford, as long as he plays the Arizona Cardinals, who just want to tank, he'll have. If your fantasy player is playing the Arizona Cardinals at this point in the season, you should be excited.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I got from the top 10. But
yeah,
Stroud is here to stay.
Yeah, kind of jumping back to the Lamar of it all. Dude, it's aggravating. But here's the thing. He did just enough for me to get a win. I needed like 13, 14 points. He got me 15, 16 points. So I can't complain about that. He did just enough. Sorry, Dak Lives Matter. We'll get to that later on. But yeah, dude, it is rough. It is a little bit of a tumultuous relationship. Not necessarily toxic, but kind of feels that way sometimes. But I also feel like this season's been that way too. Mahomes, he's kind of been the same way. I mean, he, 15 points, had some, 5, 8 point, I think, kind of times. But at the same time, when you have that good of a defense, you're just doing what you need to do to win a game sometimes. Definitely, a few times we needed him to do more, as a Chiefs fan. But I think we're also starting to see where, with the Raiders game, they went down 14 points. And then that's when the offense is like, yeah, you know what? Let's just go on like a 21-point tear. So I think it's the same thing. It's just if it's highly contested, that's going to do well. And of course, for fantasy, we don't give a shit about defense necessarily. We're not expecting 20 points from our defense. We just want 20 points from our quarterbacks and and other players. So, yeah. And then, the ones missing. I mean, because everybody played this week. Sorry, I have nothing on that one. I don't know why I was thinking Dak, but he's up there in third. He was so far up, I couldn't find him.
Dak, dark horse MVP right now.
Ooh, I like that. It's spicy. It's a spicy take.
Yeah, I'm like, because I mean, obviously CJ's playing well, but Dak is he's eating turkey legs during the game.
Yeah, that was awesome. Actually, the touchdown. Then they started handing out the turkey legs. Yeah, that was good.
Not saying I want it for my boy, but
yeah,
he's been through enough ridicule, that he's playing so well this year.
And ridiculed by your own fan base. I've seen so many people saying, get rid of Dak. Now the same people are probably like, oh my God, I love Dak the whole time. But who else deserved a turkey leg? Our dude Kyron Williams, man. 38 points.
Back.
Back and at it in that win against Arizona. So again, Arizona's a good team to scheme against. McCaffrey right behind him at 31 points. Your boy Bijan. with 27. Pacheco, my dude. Welcome to the top 10, man. 26 points.
Just every time I hear him, just runs.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, right? Jacobs, welcome to the top 10. Both of my guys, hell yeah. 23 points. Pollard, 22 points. Your boy, Ramondre Stevenson, getting back up in there, 22. Mostert, 21 points. And Jonathan Taylor, touchdown. I heard that one today. I like that. 21 points. Then Derrick Henry running out the top 10 with 21 points, man. So a good showing for running backs, especially the ones that we have.
Yeah.
What kind of stands out to you in this one?
Super Bowl Sammy, who's been revealed. So Mr. Roca is just spelling. He should not be griping about anybody on his team right now.
Right.
Right?
Quarterback points, motherfucker.
Yeah. He should not be griping about anybody on his team. You have the top 2 running backs, and that's all it took was Kyron Williams to be like, "Oh, I'm healthy again," and they let him out of the gate. And the dudes.
He also has 2 quarterbacks in the top 10.
Yeah,
with Hurts and Stroud. I mean, he's definitely sitting pretty right now.
Like we told him before, I was like, once all the plans align and everyone gets healthy, you will have a solid team.
Yeah,
here you go. On that. But I mean, when you've got Christian McCaffrey, that's why I was saying, captain, my captain, because I got him in a couple leagues. Mm-hmm. When a guy just shows up and craps out 20 points a week, he doesn't have to score, and he craps out 20 points. That is a very good base that all your other team just needs to be consistent. They don't have to go off or anything like that. Now, granted, you might go against your opposing team might go off. It's fine. That's fantasy football. But when you have a consistent player, knock on wood that they don't get hurt, but when you have that consistency week in, week out, it is very good position to be in.
Yeah. Guess what Christian McCaffrey's floor is? Lowest point total of the season without looking.
22?
No. A little way off. 13.8 points.
Oh, okay.
I would kill for my running back, nay, my quarterback, to score 13.8 points as their lowest.
Yeah.
I would love it if they just scored 13.8 points, period. And this guy, that's his floor. I mean, definitely 101.
Yeah.
Definitely 101.
The fact that I was able to get him and like the fact that he didn't go 101, like I was sitting there, I was like, I had 101 in one of my drafts, and I took Justin Jefferson because I just wanted to see what happened.
Yeah.
Mainly on that. And that's just me being in multiple leagues. To me, Christian McCaffrey was always 101. He was never, it was just people were just like, well, he gets hurt. Guess what? Justin Jefferson got hurt this year. Killed me. Right. Yeah. But that dude was on track of being just as good with Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey. He was showing the 101s. He was definitely worth the draft pick. Injuries happen. It sucks. Mm-hmm. So I'm not
him and the quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just fantasy, and that's fantasy, and it happens. But that's what people were saying. Like that's why they kept passing on Christian McCaffrey, because like he's eventually going to get injured. And he did. He got banged up with his oblique, and that's pretty. I think that's where the 13 points came in, because he got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So it literally took him they had to get an oblique injury to get him out of the game, and he still scored 13 points. So
probably did one quarter.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous on how good he is. His streak he tied the streak for most consecutive games with a touchdown for a running back. It was broken, and then he still. I mean, he had 20 points at halftime this week.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, his streak got ended earlier. But dude, I'm over the moon with my running backs this week. Pacheco, Jacobs, dude. I think I won. My Chiefs won. My Sooners won. I got to go to the game in person, their final one. So I'm sitting on cloud nine. I think I broke the fucking curse, right? Because every time I would sit somebody, they would go off. Every time I would drop somebody, they would go the fuck off. And I think I finally broke it, man. I think I'm feeling good about this one. So
you sure about that?
Why?
There's another position that we're about to go over.
Fuck, dude. Okay, you take it. You take it.
So, top 10 wide receivers. Number one is not that imposter Taysom Hill. It is Tyreek Hill with 25 points. Mike Evans with 25. No, your rookie boy Rice with the Chiefs.
Hey, Rice did great. That's fine. That's fine, man.
Devontae Smith, Mr. Heisman winner, with 24. Nico Collins, welcome back, sir. You're healthy,
sir. See what I'm saying, dude? Like, why is this so bad? Why is this so bad?
23 points. Zay Flowers. I mean, should he have gone down at the 1 to run out the clock? Sure, but as fantasy owners and the person that needed the spread covered, we didn't care. Thank you for scoring that.
Lamar Jackson owners didn't care either.
No,
score all you want, bud. But yeah, that's it, right? Yeah.
Keenan Allen. Doesn't matter if you catch a touchdown. Don't have to. Still score 23 points.
Well, whenever you get 13 receptions, I mean, you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
That's it, though. That's it. We can stop the list there.
So this guy, for this certain team, who he is the most toxic player I think I've ever known, and guess who has had the toxic relationship with him? Mr. Gabriel Davis. They shortened it for Gabe Davis with 23 points. Yeah. 6 receptions on 12 targets for 105 yards and a touchdown. This is what happens with these type of receivers. This is like the Mike Williams if he was healthy. You're damned if you start him, you're damned if you sit him. You're damned if you start him.
Or it's just Mike Williams because he's never healthy.
No, Mike Williams is never healthy, but that's the type of receiver Gabe Davis is. Yeah. And he's been pretty solid this year. And you and Gabe.
Has he? Gabe Davis has been pretty solid
compared to last year.
No. Because I had him last year too. And I don't know why I did this to myself.
I don't know why I keep going to. I tried to stay away from Gabe Davis this year. I took him in some leagues because I got value out of him, but I tried to stay away from him because he's only going to sit on my bench, and then if I have to start him, fine. But he is just
here's his track record, right? And also at the same time, I'm going to burn a little bit of incense so I can get rid of this damn curse. Right, so you guys are going to see this. I'm just going to smudge my house a little bit right now.
Caution: do not try this at home. He is a professional sager.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm native, so I'm allowed to do this. Okay, so week 1, 5.2 points. Come on, man. Then he goes for 21. Awesome, dude. Love you on my team. Oh, then you go for 10. Hey, that's all right. That's a good week. 15, good week. 22, good week. 3 points, 1.6 points, 23, 0, 9.6, 0. That is not good, bro. That is not a good year.
So why do you why do you do this to yourself?
I don't know, man. I'm just a glutton for punishment, man.
I just try and stay.
I feel like one of my exes may have cursed me or some shit. I don't know.
I should have had. I guess I mentally burned some sage last week because Arthur Smith finally decided to give the ball to Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Jesus. But yes. But yeah. So
this stuff's so good, by the way. You don't got to be Native American to burn sage, by the way. So
I mean, Kyrie Irving.
Some sage. Man, but what it does is it actually it neutralizes the energies, right? So it kind of neutralizes a room. So that's what a lot of it is about. Yeah, actually, I think I do have a couple of exes in Texas. Was that you?
No.
Who put that in there? It's so show up in the background. Yeah. What's up, girl? Okay, yeah, that bit's over. Let me put this fire out.
Deebo Samuel. I mean, the block party is back because he's got his boys. So when he's got his boys, he's good. And then Calvin Ridley, 2 tutties, dude. I mean, that's what.
Bro, Calvin Ridley back. I was excited for him on that. Yeah. I've always liked him as a receiver, and it just seems like injuries and just other things just kind of kept getting in the way.
And gambling.
Yeah, those are probably the other things.
Just bad parlays.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Parlay. But now with DraftKings, he can do it.
No, technically it's still, and they've even doubled down on it. It's do not bet on football.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley. They put his name in the disclaimer at the bottom now. So
yeah, but no, I mean receiver wise, like I said, Justin Jefferson be up here if he wasn't injured. Tyreek Hill is ridiculous this year. Christian McCaffrey's been ridiculous. Mike Evans been pretty solid. Rashid Rice, we knew we had. I think obviously they said like Patrick Mahomes is basically like doing like the Tom Brady and just pulling all his receivers. All right, guys, we've got to get this down because this is just. All right, guys, we got to get this down because this is not going to work.
All right, guys, yeah.
I talked to Trav, and Trav's just not feeling very well right now. So I think we should just have some people out to go over some stuff.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like in some side conversations and interviews, not with the press, but they had said, like, we've been sitting on some of these plays for a long time. So to me, what that does is just give credence to not just the Chiefs. Other teams are doing it too. The ones that just know they have a little bit of a step. They're slow playing. So now when the team goes down 14-0, okay, hey, we're going to start pulling it out, guys. Because now we do have to win. Like we can't just kind of toy around a little bit. We have 3 losses. We need to go 13-3 if we want to get the top seed. I mean, especially with the Ravens,
Baltimore's
being there. I mean, yeah, that's who we're chasing now.
And the Dolphins are. I know you all have the head-to-head matchup, but the Dolphins.
We had the head-to-head for the Dolphins. We had the head-to-head for the Bills.
Yeah,
or not the Bills. Jaguars.
Right.
So we had those 2 head-to-heads. So we can tie
because the Dolphins are not going away.
Oh no, yeah, no, definitely.
Now going for you is Week 16. The Dolphins play the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys are a better team than the Dolphins. But we shall see. And I obviously my Dolphins insider, one of my buddies who's big on that, he was saying that by the time Week 16 rolls around, the playoffs will pretty much be set and done. And he doesn't think that game's going to matter, but we shall see how it plays out. But it's basically going to come down to me. It's going to come down to the Dolphins, the Chiefs, and the Ravens for that number 1 spot. And Patrick Mahomes has never played an away game, I believe. No, he has.
No.
But he hasn't. It just all shaked out that way.
He has never played an away game as far as the AFC Championship. I mean, really, any playoff game.
I think any playoff game he's played. I think everything's been at home.
Yeah, no, everything's been at home. The only way playoff games we've had were the Super Bowl, and we had that 3 times. So yeah, and that's where it's like when everybody started saying that stat, I'm like, well, shit, this is probably the year then.
Yeah,
I mean, whenever they make a big deal about it, whenever they kind of put it out there and manifest it, it's just going to come back, and that's fine. Like, honestly, I mean, for any dynasty, it's like they need the check. Like, we need that gut check and something, a little bit of that chip on our shoulder. I just hope the 3 losses were enough. But we'll see, though. I mean, we do have a little bit of Bills, Patriots, Raiders, Bengals, right? And then Chargers again. I mean, that's.
Don't you have the Broncos again?
Nope, we finished the Broncos. Yeah, we split them 1-1. Okay. Yeah. We played them 2 out of 3 weeks. That was weird.
Got
schedule, but anyways, yeah. Getting back on track.
Yeah, I know. That ends the playoff talk, which will come to you next week about playoff talk again.
But hey, my house does smell good though right now. So
all right,
glad I smudged it and cleansed it. But yeah, no. So going back to so that's why wide receivers, we got tight ends, man, and this one was pretty exciting. We're sitting at 34 minutes, so let's run through these. But Pat Fryermuth, the Muth got loose. Oh my God, dude! 21 points, right? Higbee coming back into the mix for the Rams.
Western Kentucky Hilltopper, shout out.
Hey, there we go, Hilltopper Higbee, Higtopper. You got Laporta. Not a Laporta potty this week. He got 18 points.
He was not the
Kelsey got 15. He got a little bit of love. No Tutty, but I thought he did. Anyways, but Everett 14 points. McBride 13 and Njoku 12. Ingram 10. Kraft for Green Bay getting 10 points, and then Kincaid, my guy, rounding it up with 9. Wish you would have got a little bit more, but hey, you know what? It just was not a great, high-powered weekend for tight ends for some reason. Anything there kind of catch your eye? Anybody we're missing? Anybody who shouldn't belong there?
I mean, shout out to Shrinkins who picked up McBride because we said that.
Let me get another beer, by the way.
Okay. Shout out to Shrinkins for picking up McBride because you should pick up McBride for the Arizona Cardinals. So shout out to that. David Njoku, he's been pretty solid. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is, especially now they got Joe Flacco probably going to take over because their rookie quarterback out of UCLA, which his name is escaping me right now, is going to probably be the guy. So we'll see what happens when Joe Flacco takes over. But Njoku's been pretty solid so far with that. Kincaid, I still like him, and with the new offense, I think the Muth might have been let loose for the rest of the season.
Right?
We'll see.
Yeah. Much to the demise of me as a Warren or owner. Running back wise,
but there is it's just you got to pick up the right matchup. I mean, the reason Everett is there is because he kind of got a garbage time touchdown. So some of these guys, like you'll say, oh, they did well. Like, well, look at their consistency. Look at it. It's all about targets with tight ends. If they're getting consistent targets, then they're going to eventually the dam's going to break, right?
Yeah.
On that, so it's going to happen. That's
what are you looking for as far as the target count? Are you looking for 5 minimum or
6 to 8?
6 to 8. Okay.
Yeah. Because because you got to look at like Kincaid's been pretty consistent. He had 6 targets. Njoku had 9. McBride had 9. Everett only had 4. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about with that outlier. Is like Everett got there because he had that touchdown. If you're relying on most tight ends, if you're relying on a touchdown, fine. But if they get their targets, a touchdown is just icing on the cake. Is that so? When you get the target share, means so much more when it comes to tight ends. So you want those targets. I mean, obviously Higbee had 5, but he had 2 touchdowns, right? So that's what propelled him.
Yeah.
But freaking Freiermuth had 11 targets.
Yeah.
And he's number 1. And he scored how many touchdowns? 0. He was number 1.
But 120 yards, baby.
That's what I'm saying. So you just got to look at the targets. Laporta, that's why he's been consistent because he's gotten those targets. He had 8 this week. So that's why when it comes to tight ends, look at the consistent targets. And if there's a consistent target for that tight end, pick him up. If he's getting 4, 8, 2, probably not a good pickup.
Yep, because then you're looking at more of the scheme.
Yep.
As far as like them actually just kind of being worked in as a steady player.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
awesome, man. I like it. All right, let's go to defenses. Bow. And again, we're going to run through these real quick. Miami Dolphins 22. The Packers 18. Broncos 18. Sticking around there. Ravens 18. Cowboys 16 because they suck. The Giants 14. Falcons 14 points. Niners 13, Patriots, and then the Jets also coming in at 13 points. Why were my Chiefs not there? Or my Bills, who are on my bench? That's my setup for you.
I don't know. I mean, it's just this defense is weird.
Yeah.
Just because your team's good doesn't mean your defense is going to score fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
But that being said, when Miami Dolphins are a good team and their defense scores, the Dallas Cowboys are a good team and their defense scores. But actually, the reason Dallas Cowboys are a good team is because their defense scores, even though their offense is finally caught up with the defense. But shout out to Ron Bland, set the record for the most pick sixes in a season ever.
You can solo your ass.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Ron Bland, my Cowboys. Oh, let me point it the right way. There you go. Our fingers work. Yeah, there it is. So Deron Bland, yes, you set the record. Jim Nantz had an awesome call with it. They ate some I don't know what's more disrespectful, the fact that he juked a bunch of people on his way and Sam Howell didn't even bother to try and tackle him, or the fact that they snuck a turkey leg into the Salvation Army bucket. They're like, all right, yeah, we're going to score. We're going to eat a turkey leg because we're going to kick your ass that bad. So yeah, I don't know, Roca, like the last time we had him on the show and he was like, oh yeah, you can just watch that game. That's right, Roca. This is what you wanted though. So you're welcome for kicking the crap out of it because you didn't like Jack Del Rio anyway. So we did you a favor. So congratulations on that. And hopefully
Jack Del Rio?
Yeah, he doesn't like Jack Del Rio. And So
Okay.
congratulations on that. Hopefully they keep Eric Bieniemy. But I mean, when you're getting beat so bad, I don't know what to tell you. Just know it's fun.
Sure it wasn't Ron?
I don't know. All I know is we put up a lot of points in the fourth quarter, and it was
Ron Rivera though, right?
yeah, it was 45-10, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a fun game to watch. I would say I was very.
It really
my
was.
belly was full, and my team kicked ass. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a good time. I think that was the afternoon game. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So I think I was on my third plate, second nap in, and no, but it was definitely very great. Bland being the backup cornerback to Diggs, who did the exact same thing last year, like nonstop tutties for the D, and any word on Diggs when he's going to come back?
Not this year. He tore his ACL.
Not this year. Okay, so he's out for the entire year, ACL and everything, right?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. So, hey, but you guys, goddamn, you guys are gonna be set up next year, unless you got anything contract wise. Yeah.
I mean,
okay, that's a good question.
I'm still eating my Thanksgiving leftovers that I brought back.
Yeah. We'll skip kickers so we can make up time. Let's answer that question though. All right. So my follow-up question is it different dinners with different people and places and different food, or is it plates of the same dinner? Because I had 5 plates of the same dinner.
So as far as Thanksgiving dinners, it's different places that you go because sometimes you travel. Sometimes people go from multiple places. Sometimes, or if you go to one place, it's plates. There's a difference. Dinners and plates are different. Okay.
Are you telling me this or the crowd? Because I just said that.
No, I like repeating what you just said in a different way. That's just
okay, good.
I like the sound.
Okay, good. Because I did the same thing to you, so I like that.
Yeah. I like the sound of my own voice sometimes. All right. Okay. So thank you for verifying that, clarifying whatever you want to say. So yes,
verifying.
No, I literally was just at my parents' place, and I was kind of like what Tvshka did. I just was, I did a lot of sides. I ate a big plate at the beginning, and we're that Southern family that eats at like 12:30, and then it's just there throughout the day. For us to go back, the people that eat at like 5, I don't understand, and please explain to me why that's right. No, you eat at 12:30, and then you watch football, and then you just go back for seconds, thirds, fourth, fifth. Best side dish, obviously, if I'm big with macaroni, and corn pudding is basically that's the only time I eat it.
Stuffing, hands down.
You got to have the right gravy with the stuffing. You got to have the right gravy.
You know what? Here's the thing. You may call me a serial killer. I do not put gravy on my stuffing.
If
it's available and there, I will sometimes, but you know what? I don't.
That's that good stuffing, because there is sometimes that stuffing is.
Saul is dominated. Saul, do you want to just come on screen for this part? You don't have to if you don't want to, but
no,
that's fine. Right. That's fine. But yeah, no, mine is stuffing as far as best side dish. I only had technically one dinner. I mean, I was with my parents, but we also went to the Oklahoma game. We went to Oklahoma City and saw my grandma. My sister was there. Got to see my niece and nephews. We didn't eat, but I do have a Friendsgiving coming up next weekend. Which I actually have a show now Friday night. I'm good because Friendsgiving. No. Crap. Okay. Sorry. I just realized I'm double booked on Saturday. Sorry to both people. I have a gig and I have a Friendsgiving Saturday. So I'll have 2 dinners, but I've had 6 plates of one dinner. So I feel like I still win, right? That's still good math.
I'm a big, like, I'll just do a lot of side dishes. So like I'll have my like big thing. I'll nibble on some turkey throughout the day, have like a turkey sandwich. And then I'll do like a bowl of mac, then I'll do a bowl of green beans, and I'll do, a bowl of mashed potatoes, stuffing, and gravy all in one.
Sis giving? I'm guessing with your sister? Yeah.
Yeah. So, everybody eats their own, but I hope everybody had a great one. Sounds like everyone did. Got well fed. That's what it's all about. And it was great. Food, football, fantasy, fuck around. Yeah, there we go. Something like that.
So good, right? Yeah.
Family.
And here's the thing, though. Like, I mean, we had kind of the fuck it episode last Monday before Thanksgiving. But I do want to say, Josh, thank you so much, man. You've been awesome, kind of championing not just this show, but your game dudes as well as the Ruckus Wrestling. So, man, I just want to say huge shout out and thanks.
Well, also thank you to you and Soul for helping me figure out how to do this stuff. Because I'm just a brain and a mouth, not much else when it comes to the technical part of it. So I've learned a lot in this past year of having to basically produce 2 shows, and I'm having fun doing it. Please join us for Wednesdays, Game Dudes, at 8:00 Eastern. We do it pretty much from 8 to 10, kind of in that realm. We're doing Divinity Sins 2. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like a Baldur's Gate type of game.
Right. Because changing it up.
Yeah. And then we're doing, obviously, our Ruckus Wrestling is going to be from 7 to 9 on Thursdays going forward until other scheduling comes up. But CM Punk is back in WWE, so tune in for that. Obviously, it's a big show we've got for Wednesday because we're making up some ground since we didn't do anything for the holidays last week.
And you guys don't know how much this guy's dedicated to this show, which is sad. Because what did you not show up to? Bracket benches on Thursday. We'll get sorry. But what did you not get to tonight? What were you not able to attend?
So WWE Raw, the first Raw in 9 years that CM Punk is back. Randy Orton just came back after being on the shelf. Didn't even think he'd have to retire. Over 600 days gone. This is like the biggest Raw they've had in forever, and it's in Nashville. But you know what? I'm here for the fantasy fuck around. I had to make sure I passed up on just paying $20 to be there, and I made sure I was here to talk about fantasy points and Gabe Davis.
And Gabe Davis, fucking Gabe Davis, dude. Yes. Oh my god! But no, seriously. Like I do wish you would have went to that because we could have done this another night. But I definitely do appreciate you.
It's consistency. You gotta keep consistent.
Yeah. Hey, you're choosing content over history. That's right.
Hey, you can't make the green unless you stream, man. So here we are.
Hey, there you go. Okay, just unmute yourself when you stream. No, but hey, but thank you to you. But then also Soul in the background. I know you don't want to come on screen. But thank you so much for just keeping us in line as much as it's like corralling kittens or cats sometimes. But no, she's been awesome championing this channel as well as her own with Mike and them out there on the Off the Wall. So OTW, y'all check them out. I know if you're in our Discord, she plugs it in there as far as some of the content creation. But she's doing an awesome job producing in the background. So thank you so much, Soul. Appreciate you. You're the real MVP. You're the real MVP. But yeah, man.
Tua Tagovailoa. Yes.
Yeah, you and Tua. But oh, what is that? It's the wild card, bitches. Josh, what do you got for us today, man? What's going on?
So today we are eyeing down the tourney time, right?
Yeah.
So make sure you do. So it's tilts, trades, and tourneys because this is the last week, at least in our league and a lot of leagues, that you can trade. So make sure that you trade, you make the right trades to set yourself up to, because some of you are scratching and clawing to make that last spot at the seat of the table. Some of you already set. Cool. Don't mess that up. I know I said it last week, so I'm sounding like a broken record. But go with who got you there. Don't try and mess it up if you're already in the playoffs. But to those who are scratching the surface, like yours truly, that you're listening to right now,
set it all on fire.
Yeah, don't do that yet.
Yeah.
No, okay. You do not tilt. Okay, don't try and trade away the people that at least got you this far. But don't try and tilt to make that trade, but still try and look and see how much you can improve to make sure you get over that hump, get to the seat of the table. Because as long as you're at that seat of the table, you have an opportunity. If you don't have a seat at the table, then you're just sitting there going, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay, so don't tilt, make the right trades, make the right waivers. And if you're at the top and already in the tournament, don't screw it up. Don't overthink it, because you hear that all the time. So that is the wild card, the tilts, trades, and tourneys, because we're 2 weeks away from at least our tourney. A lot of tournaments are starting in a couple weeks or next week, sometimes as well.
Week 15. So we still got week 13, which is my Bipocalypse and other people's as well. And then we have, then 14 being the decider. And fun enough, me and Giff are going to be playing each other week 14.
Yeah.
And the reason why that's kind of significant is because if you look at the standings, we got Olave Garden in first. We got Tar Heel for Life, then Super Bowl Sammy, which now we know is Roca, much to the dismay of a lot of us. Then you got Dak Lives Matter, who actually just took an L. Suck it. But you also got Team Saquon Barkinsdale, which I believe just got a win.
Well, right? Olave Garden's not in first place anymore because someone kicked his ass.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah.
Spill the beans, girlfriend. Hey, YouTubes. Hey, Soul. Or Ambling Soul, that is.
Hey, sure.
Yeah. I know usually she's on a
the great team of the Soulful Hilltoppers. I did not disappoint my owner this week. We beat the number one team.
That's right. That's right, dude. Get that, man.
Yeah.
No, So you're knocking them down. I know Jason's gonna be happy about that. Look at that. There you go. Your GM.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I won and lost at the same time because that Jason guy is taking over first place. But whatever. I at this point, I'm just trying to get the seat at the table, right? So,
No, you are as well as myself. And so Team Saquon Barkinsdale, GIF or AKA Blackpool Combat Club, then myself, some homeless guy, then you with the Soulful Hilltoppers. Kind of right there in the mix, right? Yeah. So that's the line right
pretty
there.
Much going to kind of come down to those 4 teams. I think everyone else is pretty much in. As far as Olave, Jason with Tar Heel for Life, Super Bowl Sammy, and Dak Lives Matter, I think that they're pretty much set. Because Dak lost, so
he lost. He was going 7-5,
but he's still two games.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to be an issue there on that. So pretty much it's going to come down to Saquon Barkinsdale, Blackwood Combat Club, some homeless guy, and the greatest team of all time, Soulful Hilltoppers.
Oh, the greatest. Okay.
I mean, the defending champs.
Yeah.
So,
okay. All right. Well, I mean, what way to just put yourself on top of the mountain, even though you're still at base camp. But whatever. That's fine. That's fine, bud.
No, I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm just really fucking cold right now.
Yeah. You just don't have a jacket.
Yeah, I might have a little frostbite.
Yeah. A little hypothermia setting in, bud.
Yeah.
Just keep moving your fingers.
Yeah, keep moving.
But no. So yeah, I mean, we've got a pretty close race here at the end. So we may invite some of you guys on the show next week if you guys are interested. Looking at you, GIF in the chat. But yeah, man. Anything else before we kind of jump to the league scores and kind of run through that? I mean, I know that's kind of a little bit of a mix. I mean, now we're getting into playoff time. We're going to start looking at the bracket a little bit as well as the league scores. There we go. Yeah, Soul. She was singing
from the mountaintops because we're on the top of it. Just enjoy it while it lasts because I don't know if it's going to last very much longer the way it's going.
But we were the champions. Yeah.
No. We still are. It has yet to be decided.
Okay. All right. Where's your trophy?
We didn't start doing that till this year.
Oh, that's right. Because it's a new season. It's a new league. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Someone's declaring victory now. I love it. Hey, I love the manifestation.
Yeah. It's like from Big Daddy. I win. Why? Because I win.
Because I win.
I can't argue.
This game bullshit. You always give them the easy ones. Always give me the hard ones.
Yes.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Hip Hop Anonymous.
Yeah. But yeah, just kind of briefly jumping through because we are at 55 minutes right now.
Yeah.
As far as the league, I thank God I won. Because I don't know what that would have done to me in my life. No, we wouldn't be good. Yeah, I got 150.58 points against the 137 and 12, which Deck Lives Matter. His defense, the Cowboys defense scored 16 points. His kicker scored 8 points. He had B. Cooks, right? So Brandon Cooks getting 17 points for him from Dallas. Pittman getting 20. James Cook, yeah, right. There we go. Get out of here. Getting 16. Hoover getting 20 points, and Mahomes getting 20 points, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah. I would have burned more than the Sage. Let's just say that. But no, I mean his team actually had a pretty good faring, but kind of ran into a buzzsaw of a weekend for me. Even though 150 points isn't astronomically great. I mean, it's good, but it's not like the record-setting scores we've seen in this league. Jackson kind of shit in the bed with 15 points, but Pacheco showing with 25. Wilson actually getting a touchdown. That's the third touchdown on the year.
The garbage man can.
Yeah. I will appreciate any garbage time with that loss to Miami. Diggs actually getting in for a touchdown as well, and very few and seldom moments for him this year. Collins, my dude, being back in full health. Jacobs finally showing up. I mean, that was really for me, that was kind of the keys to victory was just the guys doing their job, man.
Yeah.
Like nothing really special, just the guys doing their job. Anything you see in this matchup?
No, I mean, it's just, I mean, like I said, is Josh Jacobs. It's kind of weird when the coach that sucks left. He's good again. He's been pretty solid ever since the coach left.
Diggs, coaching change there.
Yeah, with the offensive coordinator being gone. But it's Pacheco. I mean, that's pretty much the difference this week because Lamar still put up 14 points, which is fine. You would obviously want 20 or something out of a caliber quarterback like Lamar, but and we talked about that. But I mean, Jaylen Warren, I really like him going forward.
I did too.
I know he
coaching change, so a little bit of a change to the rule, but yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't like the fact that he did the work done rule of he was great between the 20s and then would give it to Najee Harris when they were inside the red zone, and I was just like, no, don't do that. Yeah. Don't be stupid. Give it to the guy who got you there. But yeah, no, I mean, it's just it's tough when you have two Bills, even though technically Kincaid and Diggs should still put up points for where they have them on there. But yeah, no, I mean, it helped. The garbage man came through for you with Garrett Wilson there.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I mean, to me, it's really more Pacheco and Jacobs actually showing up. I mean, the running backs doing what running backs should do.
Yeah.
Getting yardage, getting some of the tutty work. Both of them had really big runs actually in that game, but they also had a lot of good pass opportunities. Jumping back to Jaylen Warren, I mean, just real quickly. Last week, he had gotten 23.5 points off of 3 receptions and 9 rush attempts. This week, he had 3 receptions, but he had 13 rush attempts. So no touchdown, but also 80 yards less. So it was just usage, but then, I mean, maybe that – I mean, before it was against the Cleveland defense, but I mean, this week was the Bengals. So I don't know what really was there. I mean, as far as like what's really kind of interpret from that information, but it's just interesting. He gets more touches, but he actually gets way less yardage. So maybe that's not the best use for him in that offense. Maybe it is Najee Harris doing the majority of the work, and then they kick it to him every once in a while for an explosive play that's going to get a good chunk of yardage. But anyways, I digress, and we do move on to the Sofa Hilltoppers getting 140.7 points against Olave Garden, 117.2.
Still climbing. Still not over. We can do a little bit more.
Yeah, and you can get a little bit more, but you did win. You still got Fields in, who only got 9 points so far. So I'm not sure if we can get much more from that guy with 5 minutes
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. But yeah, he had a Howell with a respectable 18.3 points. Kamara, even though it's in the red, 15.9, 16 points from running backs, not terrible. 15 points from Montgomery, 18 from Lave. Even though he did get injured in that matchup. AJ Brown getting 14, but he's in the red, right? Because even though he got 37 yards and a touchdown, he's just been dominating with like 125 plus yards a game. So that's really why that looks like it's in the red or in a lot less because of comparison to what he's done the rest of the year. It was against that was the Bills game. So, Bills defense, pretty good, but at the same time, it was very highly contested. Probably have a pretty good scheme against him, and they just had to work everybody else to really get it done. And there was a lot of rushing in that game too. But then, Ferguson shit in the bed. Dell actually still showing up, always showing up, 17 points.
Yeah.
But was not enough, man, because you come in with Bijan Robinson, man.
Just give him the ball, guys. We've been shouting it from the mountaintop that I'm currently sitting on. Freaking give him the ball.
Yeah. How good does it feel to not just win, but also have Bijan be one of the distinguishing factors for that win?
It's what I've been wanting this whole season. And this is the Bijan. Like he had 6 targets on top of, rushing the ball 16 times for 91 yards. Now, granted, he had a rushing touchdown and he had a catching touchdown. He is a Christian McCaffrey type with the worst offensive coach I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, I just trade him. Put him on a team that actually wants to use him. This is what happens when you give him the ball. Oh, my God, you won. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't trade Kyle Pitts, by the way. Keep the team. Just get rid of the coach. Or, hey, coach.
They're first in the division. It's a happy division, but they're still first.
Yeah. I know. And it's rewarding the bad behavior.
Yes.
But hopefully this rewards the good, right? Hopefully this is a little bit of a testament of what is to come. Because if they've been able to do this much and be at the top of their division without Bijan really being a heavy workload, what are they going to look like going into the playoffs? Right? So I don't know. That's exciting. But Ramondre Stevenson, welcome back.
Ramondre,
welcome back, man. Yeah. I know the Patriots is a terrible situation for my boy from Oklahoma, but good to see him up there. Cole Kmet is still working hard and getting you some points, 11.3 right now. Waddle. Getting you to 19.4. Keenan Allen doing Keenan Allen things.
Yeah.
Even though he lost a fumble and didn't have a touchdown, the boy still got you 22.6 points, man. 14 receptions, 106 yards. Just doing all the work, all the Lord's work for the Chargers in that game. Even though they did fall short to Baltimore. Swift and Rashid White. Rashid White with 13 points. That's actually a good showing. I guess it just wasn't as much as they expected. But man. Good graces to Robinson and Stevenson. Again, the running backs getting it done.
Yeah,
for you. Anything from this game that you saw?
I'm starting Trevor Lawrence next week. That's what I got. Because he's put up consistent numbers for the past 2 weeks, and they're actually letting him sling the thing. I'm trying to see, and he's got Cincy next, so it should work out for him, at least for the next game. But Cleveland, then Baltimore. But he's done pretty well for. He went 30. He's gone 32 points and then 25 points. So, it just look out, guys. I'm starting the guy with the chiseled jaw next week.
Yeah, chiseled jaw. He's also got pretty deep voice. Also, I don't.
Yes, we are starting Trevor Lawrence next week.
Okay, that's what that was.
Yes, okay. We are starting Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, I didn't know what the reference was to that one. One key to victory is actually really more so the reason for loss, or ways to improve. Really, He had Drake London on the bench, getting 14.10 points. And that's tough because Drake London has not really done anything, too much this year. Only been above 20 points twice, or actually once on the year. That was early on. The rest of it's kind of been middling. But Calvin Ridley, getting 21.9 points on the bench. And then also Jerome Ford, getting 11.9. Those are points that could have helped out in the flex as far as with Jerome Ford. But yeah, all the other guys, definitely could have really brought some more to the table. But at the same time, I don't know if that would have been enough to really get to that 139.4 points. Right?
Yeah, and I was between starting Devin Singletary over DeAndre Swift, but I was just like, I just can't do that. And so I just stuck with what I had. It still worked out, but
4-point difference there. So so you had a little bit more that you could have kind of maximized, but that and actually for some reason it's showing that he maxed. But anyways, let's keep rocking and rolling. Sorry, we're having a little bit too much fun with this, right? All right, so Blackpool Combat Club. If you're still here, sound off, motherfucker. But anyways, he does not get it done against Roca, unfortunately. No. He scores 131 points against Roca's 171.5. Yeah. Is there anything we can do to stop Roca?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Good to know. All right. Next matchup. Team Saquon Barkinsdale getting 120 points against the reckless 100.96.
The only way we can stop Roca is go back in time and have him actually draft his team.
Right. I feel like next year I may just need to go on the automatic draft because then I can't over tinker.
Right.
But yeah, no, he did a girl showing on that one. But then, Reckless, it's been a tough year for them. 1-10. Now they're going to be 1-11. Only getting 100 points. They had a good day with Stafford, Marquise Brown, and Jacoby Myers, and that was it. Getting 20 points, 14 and 24. Everybody else is pretty middling, even though Mixon did have one really good run that got the chunk of it. It just nothing else really happened with the Bengals offense, which is severely injured.
Yes.
Not just with Burrow, but the rest of the team is just really kind of feeling that ripple effect. Mm-hmm. Really not much more they could have done on the bench. But also team Saquon Barkinsdale, he's got a good team, man. Tua just didn't show up. Etienne wasn't there. Barkley didn't show up either. I'm going to say Brown. 18.5 is a bad week. Like, come on now. That's actually pretty good. So he's got a great team, and he's got Tyreek Hill. Anytime you got Hill, you definitely have a chance.
It's the Christian McCaffrey type thing. It's like, you've got a good base from what they do. And even though he's a receiver. So if you have Tyreek Hill, you're starting off good. You just need consistency from your other players. He did enough this week compared to the rest of the league. He did enough to win his matchup, and that's all that matters. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile and how many points you scored. Winning's winning. So,
yeah, and winning is apparently Jason's middle name. Yeah. Even though he does have 2 losses, thank God, because if he went undefeated, he would be unbearable.
One was the biggest fluke I've ever seen in my life, but hey, still a loss.
Yeah, I know, right? Greatest match of all time.
Yeah.
In this league for sure. That was Hall of Fame match. We need to figure out a way to commemorate that. But no, this is actually a pretty close one. Even though he got 179 points, 151 is what Schreiner's got. And Schreiner's has had a tough year, but Josh Allen showed up with 40 points for him. Flowers 23. Sam, he's got Debo 22 points. But it just, even his defense scored 13, but it just wasn't enough. No. Minnesota defense right now has 14. There's still 2 minutes left, so that could possibly change a little bit. But Evans 25 points, Devonta Smith 23, Mostert 21, Moore already has 17. Jonathan Taylor touchdown 21, and Prescott. I mean, it's just he's got a bruiser of a fucking team.
Yeah.
I mean, even though he's got a couple of injuries on his bench, I mean, his bench is better than some other people's starters.
Yeah.
So
he's got Derrick Henry on the bench. So
yeah, Derrick Henry on the bench, top 10 running back, getting 20.6 points.
Yeah.
And then also on the bench is the New York Jets defense getting 13 points. Mm-hmm. So absolutely sickening. But also on the bench for Shriners, it was Douglas who got injured, but he did get 10 points before he did. But really the big thing was Laporta.
Mm-hmm.
So he sat Laporta for McBride. McBride's a good pickup.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, Laporta got you there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Laporta, kind of for the most part, is no bench. Like, bench, please, right?
Right.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from that game, though, that you see?
I mean, Najee over Brian Robinson, but Brian Robinson's playing really well, so, I mean, I don't fault him for that. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're probably kicking yourself about Najee, but that's what it's like having a 10-team league where you have, those type of tweener players. It's like, which one do I go with? And it's very tough to do. Like the same thing with me with Devin Singletary. And like I was picking between Devin Singletary, Ramondre Stevenson, and DeAndre Swift. And I still won, or we still won. But it still is, it's like one of those tweener things. It's like they're the same type of player, and you have to that's where the D&D and the luck comes in. It's like you just roll the dice because it's kind of the same matchup, really. So that's unfortunate what happened.
Severely unfortunate. Also, you know what's unfortunate, man? I think we're done.
Have we done?
I think we're done for the day.
Yep.
So done for the day.
We have cleansed at least Tvshka's house of Gabe Davis.
Yes. We have cleansed it. So suck it, Gabe Davis, you son of a bitch. But no, man, dude, yeah, always a fun episode.
Yeah.
We did it. Soul, thank you in the background. Thank you all in the chat. Ambling Soul. We had Chris the Gift Taylor.
Brendan stopped in, said hi.
Brendan stopped in. Brendan's so good to see you every time, bud.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys take it super easy. And get back to work, right? Because we had a holiday weekend. So you guys need to get that stuff going. But yeah, for Josh, I'm Tvshka. This is the peace.
Yep.